Hi, and welcome back to the Traveling Yoga Mat. I'm Amanda. This is Sunny. I feel I should start introducing her. And today I thought I'd bring you a bit of a recovery flow as I ran my race last weekend, and this week I'm really just focusing on some taking care of my body, TLC, and I thought I'd bring you along with me. So if you want to get started with me, all we need is an optional block or a book or some kind of prop that you can use to bring the floor a bit closer to you. And if you'd like, maybe a towel or blanket that you can drape over yourself in our more restorative poses for comfort. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start seated here. Legs are crossed, and let's actually switch up the crossing of the legs to make it a little more of an unfamiliar feeling. And then we're going to grab our block or support book and place it under the seat. Nice. And maybe you place two side by side for a little more surface area. And then rest the hands in the lap. Let's do palms faced up, just in the lap. Relax the shoulders down, start to soften the gaze. Maybe bringing a slight smile to the face, and just imagine washing the body over with some gratitude. And if it feels okay for you here, maybe rest the eyelids gently shut. This helps us take gentle inventory of the inner world. So imagine the contours and the shape of your body here. And just inviting in, again, some gratitude, some appreciation for the body. Relax what you can, grow a little taller through the spine. Notice the breath. It might be a bit shallow here. Take a big deep breath in. Hold that breath at the top. You can do it. Exhale through the mouth. Maybe sigh it out with me. We'll roll through another inhale, breathing in through the nose. Holding here. Get ready to sigh it out. Beautiful. Let's do two more like that. When you're ready, breathe in. Hold it, relax the shoulders, the face, the jaw. Exhale. And once more. Amazing. All right, linger here for a moment. Notice the space that you've created with the breath. And just check in with the climate, the temperature of the mind. Maybe you can visualize a shape, and maybe the thoughts are a bit pokey right now, pointy, or maybe you have more soft edges to your shape. Either way, just breathing there, accepting what is. And then we'll bring one hand to the chest and the other one rested on top. Let's drop the chin toward chest. Making a slight flexion with the spine, rolling the shoulders slightly forward. Maybe open the eyes here. Notice the colors, the shapes around you. And then we'll open up the arms and look up toward the ceiling. Let's breathe in, shine the chest forward. Beautiful. And we'll exhale, bring it forward, palms together, push the middle of the back toward the back of the space. Inhale, open. Beautiful. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Beautiful, staying here. We're gonna take a twist. We're gonna drop the right hand behind us. Fingertips can just rest down. Left hand to the right knee. Sit up tall, take a breath in. Exhale and take a twist. Being that it's early on in our practice, you can only go as far as feels good here. Not forcing or pushing ourselves. Last breath here. All right, as we exhale, we're gonna bring the arms out and open again. Let's breathe in here. And exhale, hands come together. Middle of the back, toward the back. Inhale, open. This time we're gonna twist it out. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind us. Breathe in. Grow through the crown of the head and exhale, twist. Last breath here. All right, exhale, open it up. Let's breathe in, grow longer. And exhale, rest the hands on the knees. Let's roll the shoulders back. And roll the shoulders forward. All right, we're gonna reach the right arm behind us so the fingertips maybe can wave off to the left side of the rib cage there. And then we're gonna create a 90-degree angle at the left elbow and see if we can reach for that bicep with the right fingers and wrap those fingers around that bicep. So almost like we're gonna shake someone's hand with the left side. And then we're gonna go ahead and drop the left ear to the left shoulder. So drop that shoulder down, and maybe you feel a nice stretch along the right side of the neck. Start to take your gaze down toward the left thigh, left hand. And then maybe you slowly take your gaze up toward the ceiling if this feels okay. Beautiful, let's bring the gaze down. Take one more breath here. And then reach the head back up. Beautiful. Let's drop right ear, right shoulder. Just notice how the sensations feel different. Maybe you can draw downward on the left bicep using the strength of the right hand. Make some space. Breathe in and out. Gaze down. Maybe you notice that this is a different sensation. And then gaze up. Slow and steady. Again, down. All right, head back up to neutral, and let's release that. If you wanted this time, you can switch the crossing of the legs. Take your time. Beautiful, and we'll wrap the left arm around the back this time. Right arm is gonna shake a hand, and then we're gonna find that bind if that's accessible for you. Find elongation of the spine, and then drop the right ear toward the right shoulder. Just taking a neutral, soft gaze here. Relax the fingers, maybe rub the thumb along the finger pads. Look down toward the ground. Up toward the ceiling. And down toward the ground again. Lift that head back up to neutral. Left ear, left shoulder. Neutral with the gaze. And then maybe down. Slowly up. And down again. Back up to center. Beautiful. Relax the arms. Hands on the knees. Let's take some seated cat-cows. Inhale, shine the chest forward, look up. Exhale, chin toward chest. Pulling on the knees. Get deep into that flexion. Inhale. Open up, shoulders back, chest proud. Exhale. One more. Okay, amazing. Let's go ahead and get off of this block if you have it underneath you. setting it off to the side. And we're gonna come to tabletop. Right away, check in. Notice what feels maybe a little tight. The wrists may be feeling like they could use a stretch. So let's pick up one hand at a time. Roll the wrist around. One direction and the other. And then opposite. Roll it around. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and turn the fingers back toward the knees and walk the hands in. Significant amount. And we'll tuck the toes behind us and just start to shift the hips back toward the heels. Maybe keeping the heels under the hips rather than splaying them out. Shift it forward beyond the wrists. Feel the strength in the hands and the wrists. Grip the mat. And then shift it back. Maybe lift the head, lift the tailbone a little bit. And shift it forward. Okay, let's go ahead and bring the hands back to neutral. Let's inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale and set it down. Inhale, reach it up. Look up toward the right fingertips. Exhale, set it down. Again, inhale, reach up. Hips stay squared, shoulders stacked. Exhale and set it down. Beautiful. Bump hips side to side. Take a neck circle if that feels okay. Nice, and then let's reach the right arm forward. Spread the left fingertips wide. Get a nice grip on that mat, and then reach the left leg back. Toes point down toward the mat. Let's see if we can bend the left knee and reach around for the toes or the inside of that foot. And if it doesn't quite reach, you can always just reach as far as feels good. If you're taking that bind, take the foot into the hand into the foot. Stay with the gaze down at the mat for balance. Engage the core. Take a deep breath. And on an exhale, let's release it. Extend right arm forward, left leg back. And then we'll set that down. Bumping side to side. Roll out the wrists. Okay, this time we're gonna take a threaded needle. So we're gonna reach the right arm up on a breath in. And then we're gonna thread that right arm under left. And you can use a block here or some kind of support underneath the head. Before you come down, setting that up, and then reaching the right fingertips toward the left side. And the left arm can crawl toward the top of the mat, or you can drape the left arm around the back. Take a few good breaths here. Feel the opening of the right shoulder. And just notice if there's ever any discomfort or pinching pain, backing off wherever we need to. All right, if that left arm is behind you, just unraveling. If it's overhead, we can walk the hand back, left hand under left shoulder, press into the ground, open up, and then set that down. Amazing. Let's take the same thing on the other side. So just setting that prop out of the way there. And we're gonna find our neutral table here, find good form, gripping the mat with the fingers, strong through the hands, and then we'll inhale, reach the right arm up, look up toward the ceiling. Exhale, let's set it down. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, let's set it down. One more time. Okay, this time we're gonna reach left arm forward, right leg back. See if you can drop the right hip just a little bit, toes point down toward the mat. Amazing, and then we'll bend the right knee, maybe reach around. It might be a little bit of a different situation on this side. Wherever you are, push the ground away, lift up through the rib cage. Press that foot into that hand. Open up if you can. One more breath. and gently let that go. Reach forward and back. And we'll set that down. Beautiful, bump it out. Roll the wrists. Can always opt for fists rather than wrists and hands. Let's take threaded needle. I'm gonna drag my block back so that it's under the head. And then inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, thread it under right. Hips stay over knees if that feels good. And then maybe you walk those right fingertips toward the top of the mat. Option to drape the right arm behind the back. Just 3 more breaths here. Try to be with the sensations. Try to be in the moment. All right, let's slowly make our way out of this. Right hand under right shoulder. Press into the ground, open up. Counter twist, and we set it down. Beautiful, all right. Block comes off to the side. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. Let's come into downward dog. The heels are reaching toward the ground. And by no means do they have to touch the ground. Spread the fingers wide. Maybe you check in that the middle fingers are pointed diagonally. And then you may want to play around with the distance between the hands, the distance between the feet. Typically, I like my feet to be about hip width and my hands to be about to the edges of the mat. So a little wider for broad shoulders. And then maybe you do some scapula push-ups, just lowering the head slightly toward the ground, a little bend to the elbows, draw the shoulders away from the ears, and then press into the mat. Shrug up the shoulders toward the ears. Let's do 2 more. You can connect your breath with this, breathing in as you lower, Sunny's having a dream, and breathing out as you push away. All right, let's take a deep bend to the knees, look between the hands, start to tippy toe, walk it 1 step at a time toward the top of the mat. Okay. Take a forward fold, slight bend or more to the knees. Grab for opposite elbows, switch the grip up. And then sway it side to side. Maybe picking up the toes a little bit, spreading them out, and then relaxing them down. Soften the head and neck, look behind you. And then stopping in the middle, lower the hands down. Let's walk the hands over to the right side, just framing the right side of the mat. Try to keep the hips a little bit squared toward the front. Lead with the chest if you can. And then we'll walk it around to center and off to the left. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Walking it back to center. And if the hamstrings feel extra tight here, you can always take a nice deeper bend to get those fingertips toward the mat. Let's bring our block or our support or our prop, or even if you don't have that, that's fine. Just keep that deep bend in the knees. We're gonna place our left hand down, take a deep bend to the left knee, and then reach the right arm up, look up toward the ceiling. Maybe same thing, you drape that right arm around the back, maybe tuck it into the hip crease on the left side. Try to stack the shoulders with every exhale. Grow the spine with the inhale. 1 more breath here. On the exhale, re-extend that arm. And we'll start to draw the right hand down as we straighten out the left leg. Let's rest in forward fold for 1 moment. Take what you need. And then we'll ground the right hand, bend the right knee, reach the left arm up. Beautiful, so this is a fold and a twist. Try to take some of the weight off of the right wrist. Using your core. core to keep you up somewhat. One more breath here. And on that exhale, let's lower it down, forward folding. You can use the block to support you in that fold. And we'll take a halfway lift, hands to shins now. We'll push the legs away from us, lower the shoulders away from the ears, and look beyond the mat. Tilt the tailbone upward, almost like we're gonna drop the belly, look up for cow pose. Take a breath in and a breath out here. Another breath in, really elongate. And a breath out, exhale, fold. Alrighty, let's bring the feet wide. Toes out, heels slightly in. Feet are at the edges of the mat. And then if you have that support or not, we're gonna come into a yogi squat. So we'll bring that block where the hips will settle. We'll bring the hands to heart center and lower down, ground through the feet. Hips come in between the heels, adjusting as needed. The block or the stack of books can feel really nice here just to support you while you open the hips. And this pose is gonna look different in everyone's body. So maybe you're up on the balls of the feet, maybe you're a little bit higher, using more strength. And you can lift the hips and come into a forward fold as many times as you like throughout the pose. If you're here with me, let's go ahead and stretch the right arm out. Fingertips are on the mat and we'll reach the left arm up, looking up toward the ceiling. And then maybe again, wrapping the left hand around the body. Maybe you go for that double bind, internally rotating the right arm, bending at the elbow. Maybe you can connect the fingers. Opening the shoulder, opening the hips. And just shifting around gently as feels good. All right, we're gonna reverse out of this. So right fingertips down first to stabilize us, reach the left arm up. Hands back at heart center, grow the spine tall. Thumb knuckles, massage the sternum. Let's just take a moment here. So open the jaw wide. And then soften the face. Maybe shake the head a little bit. Yes, shake it. No. Just getting anything out that feels a little stuck or stiff. And then when you're ready, we'll take it to the other side. Left fingertips down, right arm reaches up. Maybe you want to go for the bind on this side. Starting with the right arm, wrapping it around the body, and then maybe the second part with that left arm. Looking up toward the ceiling, feeling the opening of the left shoulder. See if you can sit up just a little taller here. Might help to start to take your gaze up. Last breath here. All right, release it. Reach up with the right hand and we'll come back to center, hands at prayer. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands to the mat. We're gonna practice our crow pose. So you can move that block out of the way. And we're gonna bring the hands in front of the feet, so in line with the toes. And we're gonna stack the shoulders over the wrists. Start to bend at the elbows, bend at the knees. And then maybe you start doming up the spine, spread the fingers wide. Maybe you let the knees rest on the triceps and shift it forward. Maybe looking forward, lifting one foot at a time. Maybe you get one foot up and the other. Breathing. And just playing around here. So it doesn't have to be perfect. You can try it on a few times. The key is that you're looking forward of your hands. And building that wrist strength helps. Dome the spine, don't forget that part. All right, and we play around. So let's release it. Straighten out the legs, come to a forward fold. Roll the wrists. And we'll come all the way down to our seat. Let's bring the legs wide. Block just off to the side so we can access it. And then we're gonna take a side body stretch. So left hand comes to left thigh or to the inside of that leg. And you can even use a block to the inside of the leg, resting the elbow on the block, reach up and over to the right side. Look up toward the ceiling, feel the stretch in the right side body, flex the toes back toward the face. Breathe in and out. Two more breaths. All right, start to rise up. Roll the shoulders. Relax the feet. And we'll take the same thing on the other side. Block switches sides. Right arm down, left arm up and over. Look who decided to join us. She took her afternoon nap. Breathe in and out, maybe look up toward the ceiling, feel the opening of the left side body. Flex the toes. And then rise up. All right, let's take a fold down the center. And you can utilize props or go completely propless. And we're just gonna walk the hands out. Maybe just tenting up the fingers, using them almost as a kickstand, keeping the body from over folding too early on. We'll take quite a few nice breaths here, so try to settle in. Maybe you roll the legs out a little bit, keeping the toes pointed up toward the ceiling. Reaching toward the front of the space with the crown of the head. And then gently folding while we lead with the chest. Just gentle shifts can really open up and unlock different areas of the hips. Slowly starting to crawl our way back up. Let's bring the hands behind us, fingertips point toward the back. Take a little back bend, look up toward the ceiling. Puff out the chest on the inhale. And bring it all in on the exhale, chin toward chest. All right, we're gonna walk ourselves back up. Let's bring the legs together. And we'll come down to the mat. So knees bent up, soles of the feet rested on the mat. And block, prop, off to the side. We're gonna press into the soles of the feet, palms face down on the mat, and see if we can press our lower back and our spine into the mat. Almost like we were gonna press up for bridge pose, but without lifting our hips. Nice. And then rock the knees a little bit side to side. Stopping in the center. This time we're gonna press into the mat and roll the hips up, come to bridge. And if you have that prop nearby, maybe you wedge it underneath the sacrum. So try to find a flat spot so that we're not putting any pressure on the lower back. And then we can let the arms splay out, palms face up. Just melt here. heel toe the feet out to the edges of the mat, and then maybe rest the knees in toward one another to get a little bit of a different stretch. Breathe, check in with the lower belly. Slow, conscious breaths. So important. Maybe part the lips. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And then start to heel toe the feet closer together, hip width distance. And we'll bring the hands back onto the mat, palms face down, press into the soles of the feet, lift the hips up, lift them all the way up as we slide that block out of the way. Lower on down. Let's go for figure four. So we'll start on the left side, left ankle crosses over right thigh. And we can stay right here. We can press left hand into the left thigh. Or we can pick up the right foot and interlace the hands behind the right thigh. Right away, my body wants to roll side to side. And just checking in. You might want to stay in a neutral shape for a few breaths and then find some movement. Stay here another 30 seconds or so. Settle in, relax the shoulders. Maybe even take the bend out of that right knee. Flex the toes back toward the face, stamping the ceiling. Roll the ankle around. And maybe rebend into that knee. And we'll start to release the bind of the hands, lower the right foot down, and then we're just gonna drop the legs toward the left side. So maybe you wanna pick up the hips and set them off to the right a little bit. Lower the legs toward the left. Maybe cactus the arms here, maybe the gaze falls toward the right. Breathe. Start to bring the arms down, maybe helping up the left leg with the left hand. Now we're back in our figure four, and then we can unbind the legs, roll the head side to side, pressing the middle of the lower back into the mat. And we'll take figure four on the opposite side, right ankle crosses left thigh this time. And maybe you know what you need right away. So finding any variation on this side. More seconds here. Try to settle in, quiet the mind. knee, flex the toes back, circle the ankle. Rebend it, lower the sole of the left foot back down, undo the bind and interlaced fingers, and then we'll lift the hips off to the left, set the legs over to the right. Gaze might want to fall left naturally. Take your twist. Breaths here. All right, with the help of the right hand, lifting those legs back up to center, be conscious and mindful of the back. And then release it all. Let's hug the knees in toward the body. Roll around a little bit, go for happy baby, grab the outsides of the feet, draw the knees, the thighs down toward the rib cage, roll side to side. And stopping in the center, see if you can get the spine maybe from the thoracic, the middle back, all the way down to the top of the sacrum. Flat on the ground, draw the shoulders down toward the ground. Breathe in and out. And then bring the soles of the feet together. And we'll lower them down, taking a reclined butterfly. Hands can come to the thighs, elbows rest down on the mat. Take a few breaths here. Bringing the legs together. Hug the knees in, lift the head, scrunch up the face, make a tight ball. And then we'll find our final resting pose. So maybe you want to use some props here. Maybe you want to just lie flat on the ground, which is perfectly okay. If you have a couch or a chair nearby, be careful. You can set it up and use it as a means to elevate the legs. Grab any tools around you for added comfort. Settle in here, maybe rest the hands by the sides or on the body somewhere. Eyes can rest shut. Lips can part, breath returns to the natural rhythm. Let yourself be. If the mind starts to rev up again, and it's okay if it does. Sometimes in meditation and contemplation, our most creative thoughts can come up. Just observing the thoughts. small shifts through the toes, the fingers. And you can stay here as long as you like, 5-10 minutes or more. Or you can start to invite back in the senses. And rolling off to one side only when you're ready. Using an arm as a pillow. Take a moment of appreciation for all that is. And then we'll press up, returning to where we started. Take as much time as you need. Make sure you take care of your mind and body. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.